Hi guys, Mike Reviews It All here again today, and no, we don't wear the same clothes every day. This is actually all just been filmed on the same day.
Actually, I do. I have 40 of these shirts.
To my right, I have Ryan the Savage. To my left, I have Garth of the Cosmos. I think we're going to start out with Garth here. We're going to talk about all the protests going on right now. When does protest, when does it become about free speech? And what are their rights? Are we stomping on those rights? Are we going too far?
Okay, a protest is basically a demonstration by a lot of people, raising awareness of something that, like stop the war in Vietnam or something like that, which was a worthy cause. We shouldn't have been over there doing what we're doing,
Dirty hippies.
Yeah, but here's the thing. I'm against wearing masks at protests because it's an incitement to violence. There are people who show up who are there strictly, to break things and injure people and brag about it later online.
Do you know how many 6-year-olds in South Korea could lose their jobs from being able to make those masks, though?
Well,
think about the children, Garth.
No, they'll have to find another reason to wear masks. But
now, what about the people that are wearing the gas masks so when they get tear gassed by the cops that they don't get all, teared up?
Well,
that seems like free speech. You should be able to protect yourself from being gassed.
When you show up at a protest, you should be able to count on the police to manage the protest in such a way that there is no violence. And if that requires tear gas, okay, that's what it requires, because that is a non-lethal way of dispersing the crowd and controlling it. And so you have a reasonable expectation that you're not going to get mowed down by somebody with a street sweeper.
The authorities should have the means to do that, but then look at Kent State. All those hippies were super peaceful and all that stuff, and then just one guy opens up and everybody just lines and fires.
That was the National Guardsmen.
I said authorities, so they would have been the authorities in that situation with the
They shouldn't have been called in on a campus like that in the first place. That was the first mistake. These guys had never even been trained for dealing with stuff like that. They were just called in automatically.
Still, they were the authorities for that thing at the time.
Yeah, but big mistakes.
I'm saying that could happen too with our ordinary police force. One guy could get hit in the head with a rock or a paintball and just say, fuck it. He had a bad day. He burned his crotch with coffee. His wife's fucking his neighbor. He gets hit in the rock by some 20-year-old millennial in skinny jeans and a Guy Fawkes mask. You're just going to say, fuck it. And just starts unloading.
Well, it's
switches out the
already
beanbag rounds for fucking flechette rounds and dragon teeth rounds and just buckshot. Just starts going wild and fucking crazy.
Well, see, this is the problem. The police have to be able to manage that thing. That we've already had shootings of protests like down in Portland.
Yeah,
they had. Okay, so the police have to be able to identify problem people ahead of time. If somebody is who's there to cause trouble has a certain look. Okay,
that's profiling then.
Yeah, they have to. They have to be able to.
Profiling.
If somebody's, somebody that has made threats online, and they have a picture of them, they want to be able to see the face of that person when they show up at that protest to actually carry out their threat.
That's different than profiling, though. That's like there's a group of us walking by, and then there's 3 black guys on the other side of the street, and then there's 3 Mexicans 30 feet up from us, and where do the cops go?
Well,
who are they watching?
They should be watching whoever's most violent, and if anybody's trying to put on masks and whatnot. Okay, so yes, there are certain times where people wear, masks of Uncle Sam or something like that, and it's like a carnival type thing. But
the guy on the giant stilts, Uncle Sam?
Yeah, or not the giant stilt, but the people dress up as Lady Liberty. They wear makeup and stuff like that, But the idea is, but when you look at the protests nowadays, you see the liberal left, all with the Antifa people. They show up with these masks, and they're there to throw pee bombs and set people's hair on fire and do all kinds of nasty stuff, right?
That sounds fun.
Well,
then you have
the
crazy right come in from the other end. Don't
and
leave
then
them out
their Nazi
with their
gear.
torches from Home Depot.
It escalates from there. And see, the whole idea is that it's supposed to be a peaceful protest on both sides, okay? And everybody's, basically putting forward their particular protest. and it should be peaceful. It should not be, you know, it shouldn't be something where, you know, you're going to have some sort of deadly riot, you know, and that's what these things are turning into.
Well,
okay,
so
they're coming with
change.
shields. People are coming with their own homemade, you know, Viking shields and stuff like that. And they even practice putting a shield wall up, right, and then going after the other side.
Who has time to go to these protests? I mean, don't they have work to do? By the way, if you don't have work out there right now, Jive can help you with that. Jive is a great app. They've been nice to sponsor us. Download the app, go on there. You can pick to work whenever you want. Call in sick, call in well. It's up to you. Make your own schedule. It's the Uber of merchandising. It's so easy. Go to a day. It'll tell you how long a particular store will take, where it is. You touch it, you drive there, you get paid. You get paid instantly. I've done it. It's on, they pay you through bill.com instantly. I mean, I got paid just instantly. I can't believe how quickly that they can pay everyone. Most important part is if you do 10 jives and are still employed with them for October 10th, that means you have to stay employed for like 6 weeks. You'll get $100 if you put my name in the references, and I'll put the link down below. Put in Michael Benedict, put in all your other information. You'll get $100, but you have to put in my name because you've seen it from our show, and we'll greatly appreciate it because we'll get $150, which means $50 for each of us
And
to
your name
help
is?
out with our show.
The name they put in is
Michael Benedict.
There you go. Okay, and who would protest that? You know. Okay.
Some jive turkeys.
The one thing I don't support is these guys stepping in front of traffic.
Blocking traffic, yeah, that's bad.
I'm gonna run you over. I'm sorry.
And people
I'm
do,
sorry.
you know, and that's
I'm not gonna touch the brakes real quickly.
Okay, but
anyways.
for me, you know, the mask thing, you will see a totally different demeanor in both sides if no masks are being worn.
What if they just use face paint and they show up like kitties and tigers and Spider-Man?
Better not be blackface.
It's not that furry thing, is it? Right?
No, just face painting.
Face painting. Well, they show up at a football
You show up
game.
to a protest like Kiss. Just 4 of you pissed off. One's the demon, one's the Star Child, one's the kitty. You know, I don't remember.
I like this idea. This could be a trend. It's easier to identify the people if they vandalize something on camera.
Kiss is
Everybody's
fine.
gonna want.
Kiss
people
is
gonna break-
fine. I mean, Seahawks is fine. You know,
No, that's stupid. And that paint
No,
gives you ball cancer.
Then they could sell face pants. You could have like little vendors at the protest. You think they have vendors at some of these if they like organize them in Portland?
I'd be selling like empty glass bottles, you know, with sticks of wood with nails out of them.
I
dirty
just
syringes.
be getting thirsty from all this yelling and sign waving.
Let's just settle the issue with a scientific experiment. We'll have a protest where you have masks and a protest where you can't have masks, and see which one's the most peaceful and most manageable, and then we'll just let the people decide.
And now Garth is on camera confessing to organizing a riot.
No,
We do
I'm
not
just
endorse that.
suggesting a scientific experiment. That's all we need here.
We should definitely have vendors at those things.
We
Because
should.
if I go to a protest, I don't want to be thirsty.
Also, you know, I think that certain things about protests need to change. One of them is there needs to be music and dancing. I think that the side that dances better is usually the most right. Okay.
They called that Woodstock.
Yeah.
And that was that
last
a
time-
3-day protest, wasn't it?
Well, the last time they did that in 1999, they lit everything on fire. They protested by destroying the ATM machines that were charging $4 a piece.
And like
Really?
$5 bottled water in the
Oh,
toilets
yeah.
didn't fucking work.
Oh yeah, they completely
They left
destroyed
tons.
it.
They left tons of trash. So basically, protesting hasn't changed.
If you ever want to see a great video, though, put in rant Woodstock '99, and there's this guy. It's just hilarious. He kind of looks dorky like me with glasses. He's just pissed off, and he's like, "You can't have Rage Against the Machine and then tell us to calm down, and then Limp Bizkit and tell us to calm down, and then Korn and tell us to calm down." Have you seen that?
No, but I'm just so glad Limp Bizkit went away, but I'm sad that you reminded me of him.
Well, you know, there are people out there that got so high at Woodstock that they still don't know that
They don't know that they were there.
they don't think that it's ever ended. It's, you know,
What if
still the
somebody were to
60s for me.
kidnap one of these paranoid people, just per se? Of course, I would not do this at one of these protests, though. It's one of these really paranoid people.
Kidnap a protester?
Tell them, and you have this whole room prepared. You tell them the world is over. It's like a bomb shelter, and you just film it for like a reality show.
I got rope.
No.
I would watch that freaking show.
No,
Tell me you wouldn't watch that show, Garth.
you want to make a reality show about a protest. Well, you got to show it from the grassroots, showing them knocking on doors, come to our protest, here's what we're organizing here, put some signs in your yard.
No one has ever knocked on my door saying, ask me to go to a protest.
Well, if they ask you to go to a reality show, you might go.
No.
Yeah, if they say, hey, you can be on a reality show if you come to our side, right?
No one knock on my door, period. Just stay off my damn porch.
Everybody wants their 15 minutes of fame, and if you know that you're going to get 15 minutes of fame on a protest reality show, you're going to show up and you're not going to wear a mask. You want everybody to see your Hollywood
I
style.
would totally wear a mask. Or I'd wear like goggles and like a big hat. I'm about anonymity. If you want to be anonymous, be anonymous. Especially anonymous. They're quite popular for being anonymous.
You're never.
Yeah,
And it's the mask.
yeah.
It's the mask. We are many, for we are legion.
Yeah. Has anybody copyrighted Anonymous yet? I want to know if there's just like a corporation that's just getting huge amounts of money for all these anonymous masks.
Think of it in this way: they're protesting Scientology and trying to take down that wacky kooky religion, but the anonymity of being anonymous is what's keeping them fucking alive. So that Scientology hit squads and many Tom Cruises are out there. Little clone Tom Cruises coming down like in that fucking movie where he's the same guy over and over again, or just shooting people in the back of the head or breaking into their homes and fucking smashing their computers and again shooting them in the back of the head. So the masks are helping things be peaceful, actually. So it goes against your argument.
Well, no. The masks. We're talking about on like the internet. We're not talking about.
No, they organize in public. They protest in front of the Scientology buildings in the masks. They're very peaceful. They have signs saying, evil, bad things, whatever.
Most of what they
And
do
they've
is
got
online.
stuff.
Most of what they do is they
They're
keep up
hacking
the
stuff's
pressure.
online because they have to use computers for that.
Yeah, and so they're going to be anonymous there.
But their physical protests.
But if they're going to show up, and protest Scientology, they ought to not wear any masks. You ought to be able to say, I am so and so, and I am against this. Okay.
Oh, so you want people to put their names out there before they go to protest?
Everybody ought to have a name tag.
You know what a target that's going to make them?
You get much better behavior.
Now,
Believe me.
Here's another counterbalance to that point. We all had that riot that happened a couple months ago between the white supremacists and the whatever people were doing.
With Charleston?
Well, yeah, Charleston.
Yeah.
That's right. Well, enough people got on the Nazi side that showed up that weren't wearing any kind of face covering or whatever. Well, social media lost its nut and started tracking down every single motherfucker that they could find through Facebook, through Pinterest, through Instagram, through Twitter, identifying like tons and tons of these guys have been identified. A lot of these guys have lost their jobs. Some of these guys are college students who are dumb and their brains aren't working yet. And they're getting harassed,
What
they're
you're
getting suspended,
saying.
they're getting kicked out. Now, I don't agree with the Nazis, but you should, if you want to go to a protest, you want to protest. Like, if I want to go to a protest rally, I want to protest, I don't know, the Dutch. Let's just say I don't like the Dutch very much at all. And I want to put on a Guy Fawkes mask or whatever so that I don't get tracked down by the Dutch East India Company. And then they come and make my life horrible and get me fired from my job. Now, I don't agree with the Nazis' viewpoint, but I don't think that the college kid should get harassed too much. I don't think the guy should have lost his job. Unless it was
That is a valid
Unless
point.
it was at a Jewish rec center, then maybe that guy should not be working there.
That is a very valid point. And what you're saying, in essence, is that the internet has literally destroyed...
Anonymity.
No, it's brought it forth. It's destroyed protests as we used to know it.
Yeah.
Unless you're anonymous, you can't go out there and say squat because your life will be destroyed.
I just think the whole exposing thing too is a slippery slope because I'm tired of these groups out there calling people Nazis. Everyone who voted for Donald Trump and didn't vote for Hillary Clinton is not a Nazi. Am I endorsing Donald Trump? Of course not. But the real Nazis are like this idiot on the Seattle bus that's got the frickin' band on him. Yes, punch that guy because he's out there actively.
Don't punch that guy. No,
he's
don't
actively
punch that
harassing
guy.
people and hate speech. Garth doesn't want you to
call
punch
the
him.
police. Let the
Garth
kids
doesn't
have
want
it.
you to punch him. I want to punch the guy again when he
Everybody
wakes up,
wants to
but-
punch him, but that's why you don't punch him
Just-
because you call the cops and you let the cops accidentally kill him.
Just give him a wedgie and give him a quarter to get back on the bus.
Maybe he should have gotten a job. Like with Jive. Are you looking for a job right now?
Okay.
Are you looking for a job? Jive is
I'm
online
moving off
merchandising. It's the Uber of merchandising. It has nothing to do with Nazis. Garth was laughing over here. But there are people out there that really just don't want to work every day. They want to work when they decide they want to work. Like Garth just wants to be anywhere else right now after I mentioned that. He could be getting paid $155 to stalk the Safeways, 3 miles from here instead of listening to my crazy rants.
Okay.
If you sign up with Jive right now, you only have to work with them for 6 weeks. Stay with them until October 10th. You're going to get a $100 bonus. If you mention my name, Michael Benedict, in the sign up, we're also going to get $150 kicked back our way, $50 a piece, and Garth can buy something and beat me over the head with it now. But 6 weeks. It's a great thing though. They prorate. They tell you how many cases it is, how long they expect you to be able to do the job.
It's easy to do.
It's super easy.
At least download the app, take a look. Okay.
Honestly,
I saw it.
Can
It
do
does work. So definitely do that.
It's very easy. Download Jive.com. I also have a Jive video. If you go to my videos, there's a whole video explaining a little more in depth. But get that $100 and get some more money and work when you want to.
And if you mention my name, nothing's going to happen.
But if you mention mine, Ryan's going to get $50 and he can spend it on something cool.
I need gas, honestly.
Yeah.
So, are we done on this subject? Has everybody, we've put everything out there we could possibly put into the cosmos?
We're about 15 in. So.
Yeah.
Give us comments and we'll come back and
send me masks so I can piss them off.
No mask. I want to go back to the good old days.
Ryan is definitely wearing a mask.
I will change a mask every 5 minutes if I get like 20 masks. So
if you want Ryan to wear a mask for the next video, give me at least 20 likes.
Well, Halloween is coming up, so I'm going to wear a mask too. I'll bring one. Okay, I'll be a pirate or something.
I'll be a Nazi.
On that, thank you for tuning in. If you like my videos, please put a like down there. Please subscribe. Please put your comments down below for any of us. And I'd like to thank you for tuning in on our 100 subscriber episode week. We're to 100 subscribers, so thank you for everybody that subscribed. Thank you very much. Have a great week, guys.